right into it. Which one is more important? Which one's more important? Intermittent fasting or a regular, diet where you just restrict your calories but you eat at regular times. All right. So this is what intermittent fasting usually looks like. There's different varieties of them, right? It's a form of time restricted eating. You set aside a lot of time where you're allowed to eat. The most common one is where you fast for 16 hours and you eat for 8. For example, you would eat from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and you would fast from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day. There's also 12-12 fasting. There's 24. There's 20 and then 4 fasting. There's every other day fasting. There's a lot of different types, right? Regular calorie restriction is just you're eating all throughout the day, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. But you're still eating in a calorie deficit. So which one is better? Is fasting really like the secret? I know different doctors like swear by it and a lot of people swear by it. So let's get right into it. All right. So in an example, day of eating, for me, let me go through mine. This is basically what I would do, right? If I was fasting, I would just eat 600 calories at 12 p.m., right? And then another 600 at 3 p.m., another 600 at 7 p.m. because I need 1,800 calories to lose weight, right? And then I'd be done eating by 8, fast till 12 p.m. the next day, repeat the process. All right. So as you can see, slightly bigger meals than over here. Now, if I was just doing a regular calorie deficit, starting eating early, then I would eat 400 calories at 7 a.m., 400 at 11 a.m. At 2 p.m., I'd eat 200, probably like a snack or something. And then 5 p.m., probably another snack. And then 8 p.m. would be dinner. All right. Now, what are the pros and cons of intermittent fasting? So let's get right into the pros and cons. So obviously, it gives you less time to eat, which means bigger meals. So for some people, bigger meals will keep them more satiated, and they prefer to eat less throughout the day, and they prefer to have they prefer to be digesting food, less time throughout the day, right? So if you feel nauseous in the morning, or you have like a history of GERD, or you wake up super early and you don't feel like eating, then intermittent fasting may work for you, right? Fasting till 12 or 2 p.m. Like here's the cons. Here are the cons. So fasting till 12 or 2 p.m. can cause you to overeat. I've seen some people do that. Like it's hard for them to control themselves once they went that long without food, especially if they're walking around like on the hospital floor and working throughout the day, have a super active job. By the time they get to like 2 p.m. and their coworker is like, "Hey, I just got us, Chinese food or McDonald's." It's hard to resist because you're so hungry. So that can be a con, right? Another con is it may make you feel like weak and hangry, especially if you're running a lot of errands throughout the day and you don't eat your first meal till 12 or 2. And then if you wake up at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., it's going to be hard to fast till 12 or 2 p.m. and have your first meal then, right? Because you'll be doing things throughout the day and you'll be super hungry. Me personally, I go back and forth between them, but the only thing that I make sure I do is stay in a calorie deficit because that's all that matters at the end of the day. So listen, whether you fast or not, if you are trying to lose fat, you're going to be in a calorie deficit. Whether you fast or not, and you're trying to gain muscle, you need to make sure you're in a calorie surplus, right? So time restricted eating is a form of creating a calorie deficit because for some people, it'll create less time for them to eat all the calories they usually eat. However, I've had a lot of clients come to me and they used to intermittent fast. However, they're breaking their fast with a lot of fast food, so they weren't losing weight, right? The bottom line is if you overeat, whether you intermittent fast or not, you're going to gain fat, guys. Studies even show that being in a deficit is the most important factor, right? Whether you do keto, intermittent fasting, regular calorie deficit, carnivore diet, whatever you do, as long as you're in a deficit overall, you will be losing fat. So, in conclusion, the best approach is going to be the one that you can do long term. If you can intermittent fast for like 3 days, and then you quit after that, or for 3 weeks you get good results and you quit, then it's not sustainable. It's not working. If you do a diet, right, and you gain the weight back, you weren't successful. I know a lot of people, they'll come to me and they'll be like, "Oh, I was doing keto or I was doing intermittent fasting and I lost 20 pounds in 4 weeks. And, I was doing really good. I was having success." And I'm like, you weren't having success if you didn't lose fat and keep it off. That means it wasn't sustainable in the first place, right? So if intermittent fasting works for you, then make sure you do it. If regular calorie restriction works for you, then make sure you do it. Either or, you can go back between both of them, see what works for you. But either way, if you're trying to lose fat, make sure you're in a calorie deficit, eating high protein, guys. And like I said, whichever one works with your schedule is going to be what's best for you. And no, intermittent fasting isn't magic. There is no magic secret to weight loss. I know a lot of us are always looking for what's the secret, what's the magic. And that's usually what causes us to actually not stick to anything. And that comes with shiny object syndrome, guys. So anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more. Here are some of my client transformations. And most of them we're doing just regular eating, not intermittent fasting. As you can see, the reason they got results is because of the calorie deficit in the first place. So like I said, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Have a great day.